Hi, this is Shamita Shetty. Watch my interview on Orange Wall.
Hey Shamita, first of all, congratulations. The trailer and the episodes look amazing. It does look like a very fresh concept for our audiences as well. So,
Yes.
I wanted to start off by asking you that, it is already a remake of a very hit international concept, the show. And how did you, kind of go about it? Like, did you draw inspiration from the original, or did you do your own homework? How did you approach it?
To be honest, I actually the show has been made 7 times before, different
Hmm.
languages. So for me, I didn't really have the chance to watch the original. So whatever I did was just purely my understanding of the character. Thoroughly enjoyed playing it because it was very different from anything I've played in the past. And she's quite a funny character, actually. So I enjoyed it all the way.
And we really enjoyed your reactions as well, like just the different things happening during the show. And one of the things that I've really enjoyed in recent times has been that finally we're waking up to women working together, as main leads in a show. It's a very different
Yeah.
kind of chemistry, I'm sure. So if you could, share a little bit more about how it was, working with Mona and Swastika, and also just generally the whole experience of working in a more female-led cast.
Well, I think now you're seeing more of this happening for starters because the audience is more accepting of these kind of subjects, these characters. Before they were probably not. And that definitely, it's probably because of the times we're living in today. Times have changed, you know. Yes, we still do live in a male dominated society, but women are finally speaking up. We don't just take things lying down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And in general, I think people are speaking up when they see something wrong happening. And I think that's a wonderful change that's happening around the world. But apart from that, for me, working on this film, it was an absolute blast. I think the director was probably, a little worried about us sharing good chemistry, because the film works only if the three women had, showed a good chemistry or friendship
Of
on
course.
screen. And luckily for us, we hit it off from day one. And you know um, we were constantly laughing, making jokes, uh, to to the extent eventually we would just sit and are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there.
Eventually, when we had time in between, we would just sit down and do our thing,
Yeah.
woman thing, and like gossip, and have our laughs. And then suddenly the director would be peeping in from somewhere, trying to understand what's going on. We were like, go away.
Yeah.
So uh, we and sometimes we would just crack up in the middle of a scene,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed working on this one. Both of them are such funny people, Mona and Swastika. And Swastika is actually Swastika is a lot like me. That's probably why I really connected with her. She's also Mofat. And Mona is such a giggle pot. She's constantly, laughing, laughing, laughing.
Yeah.
Anything she'll laugh. Anything serious also she'll just laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a blast. I had a blast, and it was so much. Yeah, I'm so grateful that this came at a time when I was so dying to get back to work because we were all sitting at home because of the pandemic, the
Yeah,
lockdown,
of course.
and it just, it, I mean, like for everyone, it was just getting to me So I'm so grateful this came along. And I'm so grateful that, this script came along because I loved it. And I couldn't wait to start working on it.
And what drew you to the script? What was the thing about the show that you said, okay, no, this is it, and this is what I'm doing?
I mean, it's the thriller element in it. Made me
Yeah,
want to know what's going to happen next, you know,
yeah,
and that's a good sign. Because I'm, for starters, someone who gets bored very easily. So if I can't, keep my attention to the script, then I'm not going to do it.
yeah,
I go purely on my instincts. So this was a good sign for me. And also when I found out that, Mona was going to be a part of it, Swastika, Sharad, Param Datta. I mean, these are all very good actors.
yeah.
So that also definitely, helped me make my decision, because I was looking forward to working with these actors.
Great. And could you just share a tiny bit for our audiences about the role that you play in the series?
So I play Kavita. She is she's someone who's very, very immature, impulsive, insecure. uh, she is constantly saying or doing the wrong things, and just sometimes being plain annoying. But she also ends up being very funny. In the process of saying and doing the wrong thing, unknowingly she ends up being funny and adds that humor in really tense
Yeah,
situations. um and But she's very vulnerable. You end up feeling bad for her, towards the end of it, because at the end of the day, she's just a simple girl who wants to be loved. She's only looking for love. So, like I said, towards the end of it, you kind of end up feeling bad for her.
yeah. No, well done on that. And just talking a little bit widely about streaming platforms as a whole. They've really changed the game, especially with Indian entertainment. So, what are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you think they will be going forward now that cinemas are also, kind of people are not going to cinemas as much, and also, how do you think they have been
Yeah.
in terms of, how have they been good for actors as well?
Well, I think this is definitely a platform where, you know s- people are experimenting with their storyline, their characters. Um, the audience is this is actually our only source of entertainment right now. Our television screens are entertainment on our phones, because we I don't think anybody really has the guts to go to a theater, considering what's out there right
Hmm.
now.
Yeah,
But even, I mean, it's also given an opportunity to so many actors out there who've not been given a chance to, do work on big screen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because and there's so much talent out there. There's so much talent. Sometimes you're watching a web series, you've never seen this person, and you wonder where the hell this person has been for such a long time.
true.
You know, so it's giving a chance to a lot of very talented actors out there. I think the main focus here, the criteria here is talent. It's not just about being a
Absolutely,
good, a big name, which I
absolutely.
think is fantastic. And there's also so much work coming out on these platforms, that it's giving a lot of, actors out there a chance to do more work. So I think, a great time to be working in the industry.
And it's a great time to be an audience as well. You know, and
Yeah.
and just to kind of end things. What are the three shows that you have seen through this year, and would like to recommend to other people? Could be anything.
Okay. So the thing is, I'm going through a phase right now. I am watching only Korean shows.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
watching only
they're
Korean
good.
shows, and this
Yeah,
started. Yeah, this started during the lockdown.
yeah,
My I just can't seem to stop because their shows are so beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you want me to recommend, I can recommend some Korean shows for you. But
Sure, why not?
I go through my phases.
Yeah.
Watch Crash Landing on You. Watch What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Watch Itaewon Class. There's like
Oh,
a long list of films I can, or series I can tell you about, but they're so beautiful.
definitely. Thank you so much, Shamita. Thank you. Thank
Is that
you.
okay?
And good. Yes. Thank you. Good luck and Happy New Year. All the best for the coming year. And
Happy New
for this
Year.
series.
Thank you.
Take care, Shamita. Lovely speaking to you.
Take care. Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Same
Bye.
here.
Bye. Bye.